So anyways, guys, let's start with number one. 일단 1번부터 시작을 할게요. Number one is about selecting the photo that best describes what's happening in the dialogue. So before we listen, let's take a look at some of the words that will appear in the dialogue. Musical. And this is an easy word, musical, because it's literally from the English word musical, musical. 그리고 표 하면 티켓이라는 뜻이에요. 그리고 예매하다. 예매하다는요, 여러분. It literally means 미리, 얘가 이제 미리고요. 매는 사다라는 뜻이에요. 사다. 그래서 it means 미리 사다. So buy something in advance. 예매하다라는 뜻이에요. So it could mean to book something or to reserve something as well. 이 사진 보시면 1번 사진은 남자하고 여자가 뮤지컬을 보고 있어요. They're watching the musical, right? 그리고 2번 그림, picture number 2, 남자랑 여자가 매표소에서 표를 2장 사고 있어요. 그쵸? 표를 2장 사고 있어요. 매표소 하면요. 매 하면 아 사다란 뜻이라고 했죠? 아까 사다. 그리고 표 하면 표예요, ticket. So it's a place where you buy tickets. So 매표소 ticket booth고요. 그다음에 세 번째 그림은 남자랑 여자랑 포스터, 뮤지컬 포스터 보고 있고 4번에서 여자랑 남자가 엘리베이터를 기다리고 있어요. 그쵸? 이미 티켓을 샀어요. 이미 already they bought the ticket. So let's listen. Let's take a listen and select what best describes the dialogue. 1번.
1번.
음.
제 동생이 이 뮤지컬을 봤는데 정말 재미있대요.
그래요? 그럼 우리도 주말에 보러 갈래요?
좋아요. 제가 표를 예매해 놓을게요.
그리고 원래는 in the actual test, guys, they only play it one time. For topic 2, from question 1 to question 30, they only play it one time. But in this class, I will play it two times. 그래서 다시 한번 더 들어볼게요.
제 동생이 이 뮤지컬을 봤는데 정말 재미있대요.
그래요? 그럼 우리도 주말에 보러 갈래요?
좋아요. 제가 표를 예매해 놓을게요.
자, 답은 맞아요. 오웬님도, 로우님도, 파티마님도, 태미님도 3번, 트래버님도 3번을 골라주셨는데 맞아요, 여러분. 3번이 맞아요. 일단 3번이 맞는 이유를 보겠습니다. 자, 일단 3번이 맞는 이유를 보기 전에 we will listen to the dialogue one more time and this time you guys are gonna fill in the blank. Okay? Fill in these two blanks. 한번 볼게요. 다시 마지막 한 번 더 들어볼게요. For one last time, let's listen to it.
제 동생이 이 뮤지컬을 봤는데 정말 재미있대요.
그래요? 그럼 우리도 주말에 보러 갈래요?
좋아요. 제가 표를 예매해 놓을게요.
음, 들으셨나요? 맞아요, 어원님. 재미있대요. 예매해 놓을게요. 맞습니다. 첫 번째에서는 일단은 재미있대요 라고 했어요. In the first blank, the 남자 said 재미있대요. 일단은 let's break down what 남자 said. 남자가 한 말을 볼게요. 제 동생이, my younger sibling이, 이 뮤지컬, this musical 봤어. He watched this musical and 정말 재미있대요. 정말 재미있대요. 여기서 보시면 재미있다, fun, 대요. So he ended his sentence with 대요. So what does this 대요 ending mean? 대요. You can basically think of it as the contraction form of 는 다고 들었어요? 는 다고 했어요. The indirect quotation grammar. Do you guys remember? So when I'm having like intermediate level classes, it's hard not to cover indirect quotation grammar because it's so common. It has a lot of variations and even extensions. So 네, 이것도 this is part of the indirect quotation grammar. And so 대요가 이제 는 다고 들었어요의 contraction. So pretty much it follows the same rule as the quotation rule. So when it's verb and adjective and when it's 이다, it follows the same rule. So 재미있다 is an adjective, so it follows this rule, right? Adjective 돼요. I hear it's fun. Or 재미있다고 했어요. He said, someone said it's fun. So in this context, it's more like my brother, my younger brother, said that it's very fun. He watched it and he said it's very fun. 재미있대요. 그렇게 됩니다. 그러면 여러분 하나만 더 해볼까요? 하나만. How would you say I hear Korean is I hear Korean is easy. How would you say this? I hear Korean is easy. Like I heard from someone. You're conveying information that you have acquired from someone else. You have heard from someone else. 한국어가 쉽다고 들었어요. And if you shorten it, 오웬님 아주 잘했는데, it was very good, perfect sentence. But if you shorten it, what would it become? 한국어가 쉽, 그쵸. 한국어가 쉽대요. 돼요. It's with this A, not this A, not this A, this A. So 한국어가 쉽대요. 그리고 하나만 더. My friend, I hear that, let's use 지수. I hear that 지수 speaks Korean very well. So let's use 잘하다 verb to be good at something, to speak very well. I hear that 지수 speaks Korean very well. Or 지수 is very fluent in Korean or speaks Korean fluently. 지수가 그렇죠. 한국어를 in full sentence. 그렇죠. 지수가 한국어를 잘한다고 들었어요 would be correct. But if you shorten it, it would be 한국어를 since 잘하다 is a verb, it should be 잘한대요. 한대요. 네? 그렇죠. 니은 받침이 들어가야 돼요. verb라서. 아무튼 그렇게 대요 엔딩 쓸 수 있고 그리고 여자가 말해요. 여자가 그래요? Is that so? 그럼 then 우리도 us as well 주말에 on the weekend 보러 갈래요? verb 으러 가다. This is from the beginner grammar, right? It means to go. So this 으러 marks the purpose of going somewhere, why you're going somewhere. So it translates to go somewhere, to verb, in order to verb. So shall we go to, shall we go watch it? 잠깐만요. 미안해요. Shall we보다는 뭐뭐 할래요? 하면 it's an invitation, right? Would you like to? It's asking about the other person's preference or even opinions, right? So would you like to go watch it on the weekend? And 남자 said, 오, 좋아요. I like that. I like that. That's very nice. 제가 표를 in the second blank, it was 예매해 놓을게요. 예매해 놓을게요. And if we break this down, it's a combination of 예매하다, the verb 예매하다 that we learned just now, which means to buy something in advance. So it could be to book, right? In this case, to book a ticket. 예매하다 plus 놓다. 놓다 plus 놓다 auxiliary verb plus 을게요, future tense ending. And so let's learn about 아어놓다's usage. 아어놓다. What does the auxiliary verb 아어놓다 express? So 이거는요, 여러분. Literally, what this means is that you completed the action and then 놓다. 여러분, 놓다 verb 아시나요? I'm sure you guys have heard of 놓다 verb. It literally means to place something on somewhere or to put something on somewhere, as in to leave something there, to leave something there as it is, right? So this one literally means you finish this action and you leave it as it is. It literally means that. So it often means that you did that action in advance for a certain purpose or to be prepared. 그래서 주로 often it conveys in advance. You did that action in advance. You finished this action in advance. And so here by saying 예매해 놓다, it means he will book the ticket in advance. Book the ticket in advance. 일게요. Book the ticket in advance. I will. Literally, right? So that's that. 예매해 놓을게요. 예매해 놓을게요. 놓다. 그래서 if we look at some of the example sentences where 놓다 is used, this one is what the guy said in the dialogue, so we can skip this. And you can also say 떡볶이 만들어 놨으니까 배고프면 먹어. 잠깐만요. Just in case you're not sure about the conjugation of 놓다. 여러분, 놓다 is conjugated to 놓아 in present tense, and it can also shorten to 놔. Likewise, with past tense, 놓았어 can be shortened to 놨어. Because past tense is all about putting 쌍시읒 받침 with right? 그래서 놓았어. Both are fine. So that's why it's written 놓았어요 here instead of 놓았어요. Both are fine. Both are correct. 아무튼, anyways, 떡볶이 만들어 놨으니까. So 떡볶이를 만들다, you make 떡볶이. So you already made it and left it there. I prepared it in advance. I made it in advance. So 배고프면 먹어. So if you're hungry, then eat it. 이런 식으로. 놓다. 되게 많이 쓰여요. 되게 많이 쓰여요. Moving on to number two. Number two is also about selecting the correct photo that best describes the dialogue, what's happening in the dialogue. So before we take a listen, let's look at some of the words that will appear in the dialogue. The first one is 면접을 보다. 면접. 여러분 면접하면요. 이게 접이 I'm not exactly sure of the origin of the word 접, but 면 means face. So 면접 is an interview where you meet someone face to face or where you take a test face to face. And 보다 verb is used. 여러분, do you guys remember how to say to take a test? How do you say take a test, guys? Which verb do you use with 시험? 시험 means test. 시험을 뭐라고 하죠, 여러분? 시험을? 그쵸, 보다라고 해요. 맞아요. How about audition? I have an audition. I took an audition. 이것도 보다라고 써요. So 보다 means to look, but it can also be used to like take an exam or take a test. Take something where you are the testee. You are the one that's being tested. So in audition, you are being tested. In a test, you're being tested. In an interview, you're being tested. So in that case, we usually use the verb 보다. So 면접을 보다 to have an interview. And 백화점 means department store. Department store. It literally means 100 merchandise store. So there are many merchandises in the department store, which makes sense. 그리고 벌은요. 벌이 사실 미라는 뜻도 있죠. 미라는 뜻도 있는데, 그쵸? 근데 it's also a counter for clothing. So a piece of clothing. You can think of it as piece in English. So let's now take a look at the photo. Before I play the audio, let's quickly skim through the photo. So in number one, 남자랑 여자가 백화점에서 in the department store 쇼핑하고 있어요. 그렇죠? 그리고 2번은 여자가 면접을 보고 있어요. 그쵸? She's actually taking an interview. 면접을 보고 있어요. 그리고 세 번째에서는 남자랑 여자가 남자는 따뜻한 옷을 입었어요. 그쵸? 남자 is wearing warm clothes, whereas 여자는 좀 추운 것 같아요. 여자 seems a bit cold. She's shivering, 떨고 있어요. 그리고 4번에서는 여자가 checking herself out in the mirror. 거울에서 자기 모습을 확인하고 있어요. 그리고 남자가 he's probably like commenting on her outfit. We're not sure what exactly is happening. We can be sure after listening. So 2번. Let me play 2번. 2번도 어이구.
2번.
2번 들려드립니다.
이 옷 어때? 내일 면접 보러 갈 때 입을 건데 괜찮아?
글쎄, 예쁘기는 한데 아직은 좀 춥지 않을까?
그래? 그럼 오후에 백화점에 가서 입을 만한 옷을 한 벌 사야겠는데? 이 옷 어때? 내일 면접 보러 갈 때 입을 건데 괜찮아?
글쎄, 예쁘기는 한데 아직은 좀 춥지 않을까?
그래? 그럼 오후에 백화점에 가서 입을 만한 옷을 한 벌 사야겠는데?
응, 좋아요. 여러분 다 4번 고르셨네요. 4번. 맞아요. 4번이 맞아요. 4번. 4번이 맞습니다. 그러면 let's see why. Let's check why number 4 is correct by checking the script. 일단은 볼게요. 한 번만 더 들어볼게요. Likewise, 이거 여자가 하는 말이구나. We will take a listen to the audio one more time. And you guys can fill in each blank. So, 남, 여. 다시 한번 들어볼게요. Fill in the blank 해주세요. 빈칸을 채워주세요.
2번.
이 옷 어때? 내일 면접 보러 갈 때 입을 건데 괜찮아?
글쎄, 예쁘기는 한데 아직은 좀 춥지 않을까?
그래? 그럼 오후에 백화점에 가서 입을 만한 옷을 한 벌 사야겠는데?
음, 1번과 2번 잘 들으셨나요? 1번에서는 뭐라고 했죠? 여자가? 그렇죠. 1번. 면접 보러 갈 때라고 했어요. 면접 보러 갈 때. 면접 보러 갈 때라고 했고, 그리고 두 번째, second blank에서는 입을 만한이라고 했어요. 일단 한번 breakdown 해볼게요. Let's break down. Let's break it down. breakdown 해봅시다. 이 옷 어때? This clothes, how is it? Like, how do you like this clothes? 내일 면접 보러 갈 때 입을 건데 괜찮아? 다시 한번 보러 가다 나왔죠. 아까 number one에서 나왔던 문법 표현이죠. To go to verb. So to go to 보다, to go to take an interview 할 때, 을 때 is a grammar point. That means when you do something, right? So when I go take the interview 갈 때 입을 건데 I will wear this when I go take an interview tomorrow. 괜찮아? Is it okay? 그랬더니 남자가 글쎄 이제 글쎄 하면요. You say 글쎄 when you're not sure. So I'm not sure. 예쁘기는 한데 아직은 좀 춥지 않을까? 예쁘기는 한데, 기는 한데라고 했어요. 여러분, 요 기는 하다, 기는 하다. When you use 기는 하다, you use it when you're acknowledging or admitting what someone said. So it's kind of like saying it's true that, it's true that. So when somebody says something and you want to say, I admit that, you can say 뭐 그렇긴 해. 예를 들어서 뭐가 있을까요? 예를 들어서 한국어가 조금 어려워. Let's say your friend said 한국어가 조금 어려워. And you want to admit to that. Yeah, that's actually true. You can say, or you can use the 그렇다 verb, 그렇다. It is like that, right? It is like to be like that. So you say, 그렇기는 해. 그렇기는 해. That is true. That is true. 그리고 this 기는 part is often shortened to kin. So you can say 그렇긴 해. 그렇긴 해. 그래서 by saying 예쁘기는 한데 he's admitting to what the woman said. Oh yeah, it is pretty. I admit. I should say it is pretty. 예쁘기는 한데 근데 은데 은대하고 같이 합쳐졌죠. 예쁘기는 한데. 그래서 기는 하다가 is actually often combined with 은대 to add a contrasting point. So it's kind of like saying you admit something first and then add a contrasting point. So it's like saying, yeah, it's true, but you have to think about this too. Kind of like that. It's kind of use in those kinds of contexts. So, 예쁘기는 한데, yeah, it is true, it's pretty, but 아직은, but still 좀 춥지 않을까? 춥다, cold, 지 않다. Isn't it cold? Like, wouldn't it be cold yet? Like, wouldn't it be too cold to wear for now? Basically. 그런 뜻입니다. 예쁘긴 한데. 그래서 여자가 그래? Is that so? Do you really think so? 그러면 then 오후에 in the afternoon 백화점에 가서 I will go to the 백화점 department store and then 입을 만한 옷을 한 벌 사야겠는데 입을 만한 옷 so 입을 만한 means clothes that's good enough to wear and we will get to 을 만한 part soon. 말아 입을 만한 옷을 한 벌 사야겠는데 라고 했어요. 한 벌, 한 벌. 벌, we just learned that it's a counter for clothing, a piece of clothing. So, 사야겠는데, 사야겠다. 야겠다. Like, I should, I had better. It expresses a sense of determination, necessity, or obligation to do something. So, it's kind of like saying, I had better do something, or I should do something in English. So, I'd better buy a one piece of clothing that's good enough to wear. 입을 만한 옷. 그러면 lastly, let's look at 을만하다. 을만하다 grammar. 을만하다. It's used to 잠깐만요. Verb 을만하다. It's used to indicate that something is either worth doing or good enough to do. Good enough to do. So 입을만하다 would mean 입을만해요 means it's good enough to wear, or in certain contexts it could also be it's worth wearing. 그러면 여러분, in this sentence, there are two grammar points that we just covered. This one and this one. So could you guys try translating it in English? 그 영화가 길긴 한데 볼만했어요. 그 영화가 길긴 한데 볼만했어요. 무슨 뜻일까요? 길다, to be long, plus 기는 하다 grammar, right? 긴 하다. 그리고 보다, watch, plus 을만하다 grammar. 그렇죠, 여러분. The movie is long, but worth watching. 맞아요. It's good enough to watch or worth watching. 좋아요. 그러면 이건 어때요? 오늘 날씨가 좋아서 today the weather is good. So 자전거를 탈만해요. 자전거 타다 to ride a bicycle. 만해요. 탈만해요. 음. It's good enough to watch. good enough to ride a bike. 그쵸? 오웬님이 아주 좋은 translation 해주셨네요. Today is nice outside, so it's good to ride a bike. Exactly that. 맞습니다. 잘 따라오고 계시네요. Okay, 그러면 that was number two. And let's move on to number three. Question number three. 3번 들어볼게요. 일단 3번은요. Number three is about 이어질 수 있는 말로 가장 알맞은 것을 고르는 문제예요. 여러분, do you know this word, this verb? 있다. 있다 무슨 뜻이죠? 있다. It's conjugated to EO, because it's an irregular verb. 그쵸? connect란 뜻이에요. connect. 그래서 이어지다 is the passive form of 있다. So it means to be connected. So it literally means 말, like talk, speech, that can be connected. So it's basically asking you to select the most natural response to the last person's remark in the dialogue. The most natural, the most connective remark. 한번 볼게요, 그러면. Before we take a listen, let's look at some of the words and also skim through the choices. 일단은 you will hear in the dialogue 눕다, which means to lie down, and 눕다 is conjugated to 누워, right? 누워. 그리고 코를 골다 means to snore a nose. So it means to snore. 잠을 푹 자는 게 좋아요. 잠을 푹 자는 게 좋아요. 일단 푹 하면요, 여러분. 푹 is the most commonly paired with 자다 verb and 쉬다 verb. 자다, sleep, 쉬다, rest, right? to emphasize taking deep, good rest. So by saying, 어제 저 푹 잤어요. It means you had a really good sleep. And for someone who's sick, you could say, 푹 쉬세요. 푹 쉬고 빨리 나으세요. Like take a deep, good rest and like I wish you speedy recovery. 그런 뜻이죠. 그래서 잠을 푹 자는 게 좋아요. 는 게 좋아요. It's good to verb. So it's good to take a good deep sleep. Roommate. Roommate는 당연히 I'm pretty sure you guys can, guess what roommate would mean. Roommate, right? Roommate. Roommate. It sounds exactly the same as the English word roommate. So roommate한테 일찍 자라고 하세요. 자라고 하세요 했어요. 라고 하세요. 여러분 배웠죠, 우리? It's also part of the quotation grammar for imperative sentences, right? So it means to say someone to do something, to tell someone to do something, or to command someone to do something, suggest someone to do something. Either way, this whole thing should be an imperative sentence when you want to pair it with 으라고. 으라고 marker of the indirect quotation grammar. So roommate한테 일찍 자라고 하세요 means tell your roommate to 일찍 자다. Tell your roommate to sleep early. 라고 하세요. 그리고 코를 고는 습관. 이제 습관하면 habit이란 뜻이에요. habit. 그래서 코를 골다 plus modifier form. So it means the habit of snoring. The habit of snoring을 빨리 고치도록 하세요. 빨리, quickly or soon 고치다 하면요. 이제 fix란 뜻이 있어요. Either fix a machine, like physically fixing something, or it could also mean to fix a habit. 고치도록 하세요. 도록 하세요 하면요. 여기 있는데, 도록 하세요가 it's commonly used when giving instructions as by suggestions in a firm tone. So a doctor would likely use this to their patients. So 예를 들어서 medicine을 하루에 약을 하루에 3번 먹도록 하세요. 3번 먹도록 하세요. So he's basically saying, like, make sure, he is firmly saying, make sure to have your medicine 하루에 3번, 3 times a day. 3 times a day, right? 하루에 3번. 이런 식으로. 그래서 빨리 고치도록 하세요. You make sure to fix your habit of snoring soon. Fix your snoring habit soon. That's what number 3 is talking about. And number 4, 기숙사에 말해서 방을 바꿔달라고 하세요. 여러분, 여기서 기숙사에 말하래요. 무슨 뜻일까요? What do you think 기숙사에 말하다 mean? 기숙사에 말하다. Does it mean to speak in the dormitory? 일단은 기숙사가 dorm이거든요. Or 기숙사에 to tell the dormitory. 맞아요, 오웬님. Tell the people who run the dormitory. 맞아요. 여러분, 그 원래 to가 like two person. If you want to say to, you can use 에게 or 한테 particle, right? 에게, 한테. 근데 사실 기숙사는요, 기숙사 is not a person, right? It's more like an organization. So in this case, you can use 에. In this case, you cannot use 에게 and 한테. That will sound very awkward. You can instead replace it with 에. So 기숙사에 말하다 means to tell the dormitory, as in, like when she said, tell to the people who run the dormitory. So 기숙사에 말해서 방을 바꿔달라고 하세요. 달라고 그래머가 또 나왔어요. 달라고도 진짜 중요해요. 달라고. 일단은 먼저 볼게요. 여러분, 달라고 하다는요, 사실 it means so this 라고 grammar is indeed from the indirect quotation grammar for imperative sentence, like for commanding or telling someone what to do. And so 달라고 하다 means to tell someone to give something. And here you might question, then why don't you use 주라고 하다 instead because 주다 means to give, right? What's the difference? Why do you have to use 달라고? 일단 볼게요. 주라고 하다랑 달라고 하다는 they have different usages. Different usages. They're not interchangeable at all. 일단은 주라고 하다는요. So they both mean to tell someone to give, but the receiver is different. So when you use 주라고 하다, it means to tell someone to give the third party something. So not someone who is requesting the asking, but another person, like completely different person. 그리고 달라고 하다는 to tell someone to give themselves, as in the person who's asking, who's requesting something. So I'll give you an example sentence, guys. I'll give you an example sentence. In this sentence, Mom told me to give the cat some water. Mom told me to give the cat some water. 여기서 in this sentence, who is the receiver, guys? 받는 사람이 누구예요? Or 받는 동물? Or whatever. 받는 사람이 누구예요? 그렇죠. cat이에요. Here, receiver is a cat. It's not mom. It's not the asker, but it's the cat. In this case, you can use 주라고 because it's giving to the third party. 엄마가 고양이한테 물을 주라고 했어요. 그러면 여러분, Mom told me 이 문장에선 어때요? Well, how about this sentence? Mom told me to give her, as in mom, some water. Who is the receiver? Who is the receiver? Receiver. 그쵸? Receiver 엄마예요. 엄마예요. 그렇죠. So the asker is asking me to give the asker, the same person, some water. In this case, you can use 달라고. 달라고가 맞아요. 달라고. 엄마가 물을 달라고 했어요. So just by using 달라고, you don't even have to add the receiver because it's obvious that the receiver is the asker, the person who is asking. 그러면 그리고 요 주라고 and 달라고 also applies when you use 주다 auxiliary verb. So 여러분 일단은 바꾸다 means to change, right? 바꾸다 means to change, and when you combine it with 주다 auxiliary verb and make it into 바꿔주다, it means to change something for someone else, right? To change something for someone else, for the sake of someone else. 일단 여기도 볼게요. In this sentence, I told mom to change the blankets, as in my blanket. I told mom to change my blanket. So who is the receiver of the benefit of changing? Who is the receiver here, guys? Who is the benefit receiver? 그렇죠, 키스님. me예요, me. Because it's my blanket that I asked mom to change. So it's me. I'm the receiver, basically. 그래서 여기서는 바꿔 달라고가 맞아요. Because the asker, I, and the receiver, me, is the same. 맞습니다. 그러면 여러분 이거 어때요? 일단 도와주다 means to help, right? 도와주다 is the combination of the verb 돕다 with 주다. 그렇죠? 아무튼 Mom told me to help my younger sibling with his homework. 여기서는 who is the receiver of the benefit? Who is the receiver in this sentence? 그렇죠. Younger sibling, 동생이 receiver예요. And it's different from the asker. 이럴 때는 달라고일까요? 주라고일까요? Which one would be correct here then? 엄마가 저한테 남동생 숙제를 그렇죠, 시리님. 주라고 했어요가 맞는 거예요. Here. 주라고 했어요. 맞습니다. 도와주라고 했어요. 오케이. 아주 잘했어요. 그래서 일단은 if we come back here, 기숙사의 말에서 방을 바꿔달라고 하세요. Here, it's a bit tricky to explain, but 바꿔달라고 하세요. So 하세요 is asking the other person to do it, right? It's an imperative sentence in and of itself. So this person is telling, let's say the person that said this is A, and she said this to B. 그쵸? B한테 방을 바꿔달라고 하세요. Tell the dormitory to change the room. And so, when they actually do change the room, who is the benefit receiver in this context? Who is the benefit receiver? Is it A or B? 이거는 B예요. 일단은 benefit receiver는 B죠. benefit receiver는 B예요, 여러분. B. 왜냐면 A said this. Let's say A actually said this. A actually said this to A told B to tell the dormitory. A told B to tell the dormitory to change the room. To change the room. So the benefit receiver is actually B. Because in the end, B is going to tell the dormitory to change the room. And so when they do actually change the room, B is the benefit receiver. 그래서 여기서도 방을 바꿔 달라고 하세요가 requester가 누구예요, 그러면? Who is the requester in this 방을 바꿔 달라고 하다? This quoted sentence. Who is the requester? 그렇죠. B 맞아요. B가 requester고 그리고 in this whole scheme of things, the ultimate benefiter is also B. So 이럴 때는 달라고가 맞아요. So what this means is, hey you, you tell the dormitory to change the room. 이런 뜻이에요. Change the room for you. For you. I hope that made sense. So 여기서는 바꿔주라고가 아니라 바꿔달라고가 맞아요. So tell the dormitory to change the room for you. 이런 뜻입니다. Change the room for you. Okay, 그러면 that was a very long explanation. Let's finally listen. Take a listen. 3번. 네.
많이 피곤해 보이는데 어제 잠을 못 잤어요?
네. 룸메이트가 눕자마자 코를 골아서 잠을 잘 수가 없었어요.
한
번만 더 들어볼게요. One more time.
어제 잠을 못 잤어요?
네. 룸메이트가 눕자마자 코를 골아서 잠을 잘 수가 없었어요.
5번.
So, what do you guys think would be the answer? The most natural response to what the men said, right? 맞아요. 4번이 4번. 4번 골랐으면 if you selected number 4, you are correct. 그러면 let's see why. Why number 4 is correct. 난 잠깐만 기억이 안 나네요. 첫 번째 말한 게 여자였나요, 남자였나요? Was it a guy that started the conversation or 남자? 기억이 안 나네요. Who started the guy예요? 오케이. Thank you for letting me know. 일단 남자가 많이 피곤해 보이는데 피곤해 보이다. Adjective, 보이다. To look adjective. So to look tired. You look very tired. 어제 잠을 못 잤어요? You couldn't sleep last night? 그랬더니 여자가 네, 룸메이트가 룸메이트가 뭐라고 미안해요. I skipped the dictation part. Sorry. I skipped the dictation part. 한 번만 더 들어보면서 dictation 해볼게요. Let's take a listen to it one more time while taking dictation.
많이 피곤해 보이는데 어제 잠을 못 잤어요?
네. 룸메이트가 눕자마자 코를 골아서 잠을 잘 수가 없었어요.
그렇죠. 파티마님 빠르셨네요. I really like Zoom. In that, like the response is so fast. There's no delay, basically. So I really love that. 네, we're basically at the same speed. I really love it. 그래서 댓글도 되게 빠르게 읽을 수 있어서 좋아요. 바로바로 읽을 수 있어요. 아무튼 눕자마자 그렇죠. 눕자마자 코를 골아서 맞아요. 코를 골아서 눕자마자 코를 골아서입니다. 일단은 I forgot to put 자마자 grammar, but it's quite easy. Even if I don't include it, you learn it very fast because it has a distinct meaning, which means as soon as. As soon as. 뭔가 약간 비슷하지 않아요, 여러분? Don't they look a little similar? Like as is repeated twice, 자 is repeated twice. So 자마자 as soon as. So I think it'll be quite easy to memorize. So 아무튼 눕자마자 as soon as my roommate like lies down on the bed, 코를 골아 he snores or she snores. So 잠을 잘 수가 없어요. So I can't go to sleep. 이런 뜻입니다. 그래서 the most natural response to the woman's last remark would be, hey, tell the dormitory then. Tell the dormitory and tell them to switch rooms. Switching rooms basically means switching roommates, right? So it makes the most sense. 4번이 맞습니다. 4번도 the next question is also about selecting the most natural response to the last remark. 일단은 let's take a look at some of the words that you can expect in the dialogue. 노트북 하면요. 이제 it doesn't mean well, actually, notebook can mean two things. It could mean laptop, as in notebook computer, and it could also mean an actual notebook. 공책, 공책. 공책 literally means blank book. So it's a notebook where you can write something on it. You can fill it in with your handwriting, right? So 노트북. 다음에 수리하다. 수리하다. 하면요. repair라는 뜻이에요. repair. To repair machine, devices 이런 뜻입니다. 그리고 시간이 걸리다 하면요. to take time인데 요거는 this is not to be confused with 천천히 하다 guys. 천천히 하다는요. it means taking one's time as in doing something slowly. So it means taking someone's time by not rushing. That's what 천천히 하다 means. Whereas 시간이 걸리다는요. It literally takes time. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes courage, that kind of take. 시간이 걸려요. And you can also write like specific duration. So if you say 한 시간이 걸리다, 한 시간이 걸리다, it would mean it takes an hour. Takes an hour. 뭐 한 달이 걸리다, it takes a month. 이런 뜻이겠죠? 그리고 맡기다 하면요. 맡기다. It means to entrust as in you leave something in someone's care. So when you have to have your car fixed or your like electronic devices repaired, you go to a service center, right? I'm not sure if you guys call it a service center as well in English, but we do. 서비스 센터에 가잖아요. And we say 서비스 센터에 맡기다라고 해요. Because you leave your device to that person's care, right? 다음에 뭐 이상. Usually it's numerical value. If you say 뭐 이상, noun 이상, it means more than noun, more than noun. So, if I want to say if more than 10 students come, I will start the class. I can say 학생 10명, 10 students 이상. 10명 이상이 오면 more than 10명 이상이 오면 수업을 시작할게요. 수업을 시작할게요. I will start the class. You can say like this. So 이상 comes after noun. After noun. 아무튼 그러면은 let's take a look at the choices. 노트북이 그렇게 비싼지 몰랐어. 노트북이 that expensive지 몰랐어. I didn't know. I didn't know notebook or laptop was that expensive. 당장은 이제 immediately. This instant. 수리센터에, 여기도 수리센터 혹은 서비스 센터라고 하기도 해요. So repair center or repair shop. 수리센터에 맡겨야 할 것 같은데, 맡겨야 하다. We have to 할 것 같다. It seems like so. It seems we have to leave it to 수리센터's care this instant. 다음에 그럼 당분간은 여러분 당분간 하면 for the time being이에요. For the time being. 그럼 당분간은 노트북을 사용하기가 힘들겠네. 힘들겠네. 노트북을 사용하다. To use a laptop. 하기가 힘들다. 기가 힘들다. 이것도 여러분 진짜 많이 쓰여요. It's one of the very commonly used expressions. 뭐뭐 하기가 어렵다. 뭐뭐 하기가 힘들다. It means it's hard to verb. And if you want to say it's easy to verb, you could say verb 기가 쉽다. So these are one of the very, useful expressions to note, to expand your vocabulary because it's very common to say it's easy to do something. It's hard to do something, right? So these expressions will be very useful to memorize. 하기가 어렵다. 그래서 for the time being, using the notebook, it would be hard to use the notebook for the time being. 하기가 힘들겠네. That's what it seems like. 힘들겠네. 겠다 is adding your assumption. You guess, right? 그 다음에 수리하는데 일주일 정도는 걸릴 텐데. 큰일이네. 수리하는데 일주일 정도는 걸릴 텐데. 여러분, 이것도 this is also part of the beginner grammar, so I'm pretty sure you guys have already mastered it, but just to be sure, I will go over this again. 뭐뭐 하는 대. So these two has to be space. 는 대. 왜냐면 요 대는요 is actually a noun and this is a modifier. 그래서 대가 곳이라는 뜻이에요. 곳, literally, it means place. But it doesn't have to be like the physical place, but it could also be 그 abstract place. 아무튼 뭐뭐 하는데 duration이가 걸리다. We learned that 걸리다 means to take, as in to take time. So it means it takes duration in the place of doing verb. That's what it literally means. So it means to take this amount of time to verb. 한번 그러면은 문장 만들기 연습해 볼까요? 일단은 it takes 2 weeks to read this book. How would you say it takes 2 weeks to read this book? Using 뭐뭐 하는데 duration이가 걸리다. Using this expression. How would you 이 책은 읽는데 2주 걸려요. It's describing how it normally takes, what it normally takes, so you can conjugate it in present tense. 그렇죠. 이 책은, 이 책을 또 괜찮아요. 둘 다 맞아요. 이 책을, 이 책은 읽는데 그리고 오웬님이 보시면 if you look at 오웬님 sentence, he removed a particle, and that's fine actually. 대에, either you say 대에 or 대, both are fine. So 읽는데 2주 걸려요. 맞아요. 그리고 다음 거는요. It took, so you can conjugate 걸리다 in past tense, 걸렸어요. It took 6 months to find a good house. To find a good house. 어떻게 하면 좋을까요? Using the same grammar expression. It took 6 months to find a good house. In Korean, verb part comes first. 그 다음에 and then duration and then you say took. So 그렇죠, 수리님. 좋은 집을 찾는데 6월? 다 맞았는데 6월 하나만 틀렸다. 이게 I think it's a very common mistakes among Korean learners. 6월이 아니라 뭘까요? 여러분, 6월은 June이란 뜻이에요. June. June 말고. June 말고 6 months. How would you say 6 months? 그렇죠. 6개월. 6개월 걸렸어요. 6개월 걸렸어요. 이게 굉장히 많이 헷갈려 하시는데, 여러분. Sino number plus 월 is the name of the month. Name of the month. 그리고 Sino number plus 개월 is the counter of month. 그래서 개를 꼭 붙이셔야 돼요. 반드시. 그리고 you might say how about 6달? 6달도 괜찮아요. 6달. 근데 사실 when we use a counter for month, for 개월, it's usually used for longer duration, at least 5 months, whereas 달 is most often used for 한 달, 2달, 3달, and 4달. Relatively shorter duration of month. 그래서 근데 But grammatically speaking, both are fine. It's just that in practical situation, in practicality, native speakers tend to use 달 for shorter month, 개월 for longer month. 아무튼 둘 다 맞습니다. 그래서 어, 수리하는데 일주일 정도는 걸리다. 수리하는데 to fix it in the place of fixing it 일주일 정도 about a week는 걸리다. It will take about a week to repair it, to get it repaired. 할 텐데 큰일이네. 여러분 요 할 텐데 그러면은 할 텐데 grammar는 I will come back to it after we take a listen. 할 텐데 큰일이네. 큰일이네. 일단 큰일하면요, 여러분, it literally means it's a big happening. It's a big happening. And you can use 큰일이네. 큰일이다. When it's kind of like saying this is serious. This is serious. That's not good. That's a big problem. 그쵸, 기수님. 태미님도 맞아요. Big deal. It's a big problem. It's not good. 이런 뜻이에요. Basically, it means, that's not good. That's not good news. 이런 뜻입니다. 그러면 한번 들어볼게요. 들어볼게요. What would be the most natural response to the last remark?
노트북이 고장 났다면서 수리하는데 얼마나 걸린대?
수리센터에 맡기면서 물어봤더니 일주일 이상 걸린대.
다시 한번 들어볼게요. 다시 한번.
노트북이 고장 났다면서 수리하는데 얼마나 걸린대?
수리센터에 맡기면서 물어봤더니 일주일 이상 걸린대.
몇 번일 것 같아요? 오, 각각 다른 앤서를 고르셨는데 4번도 있고 3번도 있고 2번도 있어요. 여러분, if you guys are not sure, before I tell you the answer, let's take a listen one more time while checking the script and also writing your dictation as well. 한번 다시 볼게요. 다시 들어볼게요. 딕테이션 하면서.
노트북이 고장 났다면서 수리하는데 얼마나 걸린대?
수리센터에 맡기면서 물어봤더니 일주일 이상 걸린대.
오해님, 고장 났다면서? 맞아요. 고장 났다면서. 고 in the first blank, it's 고장 났다면서. 그리고 in the second blank, it's 일주일 이상 걸린대. This is the same day that we learned in number one. 아무튼, so now that you checked the script, what do you think is the answer? The most natural answer. 3번일까요? 4번일까요? Is it number 3 or number 4? 파티마 님이 맞아요. Number 3가 맞아요. 그럼 so let's break it down. Let's break it down first. 일단은 여자가 먼저 말하죠. 여자가 노트북이 잠깐만. Was the first one from a guy or a girl? I keep messing it up. I keep getting confused. I keep forgetting. Can somebody tell me if the first part was from the girl? 여자 맞죠? 오케이. So 여자 said, 노트북이 고장 났다면서라고 했어요. 여러분, believe it or not, not believe it or not, but like, no surprise. 역시, 다면서 is also from quotation grammar. 네. There are so many, like I said, there are so many grammar expressions, especially when you get to intermediate level that stem from indirect quotation grammar. So they are also from indirect quotation grammar, IDQ. 이제 IDQ라고 부를게요. It's so hard to pronounce indirect quotation grammar every time. It's so 귀찮아. 너무 귀찮아요. I'm too lazy to pronounce it every time, so I'll just call it IDQ. 아무튼, it's also part of IDQ. And what it's basically saying is, I hear this information. Is that true? So it's kind of casually confirming, casually asking for like confirmation. Oh, I heard that you look like passed the topic test. Yeah, is that true? 이런 식으로. 그래서 예를 들어서 I hear that you passed the topic test. Yeah? 이런 casual confirmation 어떻게 하면 좋을까요? 토픽 시험에 when you want to say pass, you can say 합격하다. 합격하다. 합격. It's past tense. So 합격했다면서 이렇게 하시면 돼요. 토픽 시험에 합격했다면서 축하해, congratulations 이런 식으로 말할 수 있겠죠. 그리고 I hear that you're sick. Like get better soon. 어떻게 말하면 좋을까요? How would you say like, oh, I hear that you're sick. Is that true? I hope you get better soon. 어떻게 하면 좋을까요? 이거는 sick. 그렇죠. sick는 adjective니까 아프다면서요. 아프다면서요. 뭐 빨리 나으세요. 이런 식으로. 빨리 나으세요. 얼른 나으세요. 이런 식으로 말할 수 있습니다. 그래서 고장 났다면서 your notebook 이제 고장 나다. 고장 나다 하면 잠깐만 did I include 고장 나다 here? Oh, I didn't. 고장 나다 하면요. When your machine breaks down, like your phone breaks down, you can say 핸드폰이 고장 났어. Or it could also mean like not working or even like malfunctioning, right? 아이고. malfunctioning. 그래서 어디 갔어? 어디 갔지? 노트북이 고장 났다면서 I hear your notebook broke down. 수리하는데 in the place of repairing. So for repairing 얼마나 how long 걸리다. 걸리다. 시간이 걸리다 하면은 it takes time, right? 그리고 걸린대라서요. 는데. 여러분, what does 는데 mean, guys? 는데. Do you guys remember 은데? This 대 sentence ending. 대. Let's scroll back up to number one, where we learned about 대요, 대. It's shortened form of 는다고 들었어요 or 는다고 했어요. So it's like saying I hear that or someone said that. 그래서 여기서는 it's asking by saying 얼마나 걸린대? It's asking what did he say? How long does it take for it to for them to repair it? What does he say? 이런 뜻이에요. 얼마나 걸린대? 그리고 수리센터에 맡기면서 물어봤더니 Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring the grammar point. I forgot to include the grammar point for 왔었더니 여러분. 사실 왔었더니는요, 여러분. 왔었더니 the grammar 왔었더니 will stick more with you guys when I compare it, when you learn it with 더니. So I forgot to include that in the worksheet, but we always have another time, right? So I will skip this part. Sorry about that, guys. But 여기서는 in this context, you can just think of it as and then, right? And then. So 남자 said, 수리센터에 맡기면서 while I was like giving it to, entrusting it to repair center, I asked them. 물어봤어. I asked them. And then they said, 일주일 이상 걸린대. And then they said, 근데 일주일 이상, more than a week it takes. It takes more than a week. 그래서 in response to this, the most natural response would be 그럼 then for the time being it would be hard to use the notebook, use the laptop, right? And the reason why number four is awkward is because 수리하는데 일주일 정도는 걸릴 텐데 큰일이네. 이게 좀 어색한 이유는요. 을 텐데 때문이에요. The reason why number four is awkward is because of 을 텐데. 을 텐데. 여기서 보시면 여러분 을 건데 you will encounter 을 건데 and 을 텐데 many times and I'm sure I feel like a lot of learners get these two confused when it's really not that hard. It's not a rocket science, I promise. 을 건대는요, 여러분, it comes from the future tense, 을 거야, right? 을 거예요. 을 거예요. Which is like a statement for your future plan. So it's your future plan or intention. It has a more nuance of certainty. It has a stronger sense of certainty about the speaker's action or the situation. 그리고 that's why it's rarely used with adjectives because it's hard to be sure about the features of the future. You can be sure about the actions that you will do in the future, but it's really hard to be 네, like 100% certain about the traits of something in the future, what that will look like, what that would taste like in the future. It's not certain. 그래서 을 건데는 it's generally used with verbs. 그리고 을 텐데는요, 여러분, you can think of 을 텐데 as the less certain version, as certain version of 을 건데, less certain version. 그래서 it still indicates a strong expectation or assumption, but it has a slightly weaker sense of certainty. Weaker sense of certainty. This is the point. 이게 포인트예요, 여러분. Slightly weaker sense of certainty. 그래서 여러분, 이 사람이 수리센터에 맡기면서 물어봤더니 일주일 이상 걸린대. 남자 already told the woman that it's going to take more than a week. So it's settled. That fact is settled. You don't have to, assume that it will take more than a week because he said that. But then 여자 saying in response to that, it will take more than a week. Oh, I am sure, like I am sure, as in, like I assume it'll take more than a week, which is not really necessary to say because 남자 already confirmed that. 그래서 4번은 좀 어색해요. So I feel like this is a bit tricky. 네, 좀 tricky한데, but I also think that this is a really good question to learn more in depth about the nuance of 을 텐데. It's less certain. You will never say 을 텐데 to a piece of information that you're absolutely certain about or that you are determined to do. You can think of 태 as a less certain version of 거. So 을 테니까 in the same way, likewise, 을 테니까 is also the less certain version of 을 거니까. 요거는 I feel like the difference I feel like if you want to like really really get used to 을 텐데 and 을 테니까 it wouldn't be enough to just hear the explanation of a teacher. I think it'll be more helpful to get used to various contexts where 을 텐데 and 을 테니까 is used. And I will, as for the homework and during the Zoom course, I will try to, provide like multiple such context and dialogues where 을 테니까 and 을 텐데 is used. 아무튼, 근데 it's not a rocket science still. It's not. 을 텐데, less certain version. 오, 아무튼, 그래서 3번입니다. 그래서 3번입니다. 기스님, that will help a lot. I'll make sure to do that. Okay, 그 다음에 finally moving on to number 5. 이제 5번으로 넘어가 볼게요. 5번. 5번은요. 5번 is unique because it's about selecting 여자가 이어서 할 행동이에요. 일단 행동은 behavior잖아요. behavior, action. 그래서 이어서 connect and then so connecting action. So basically, what the woman will do right after class, what the woman will do, or actually, sorry, right after the dialogue, right after their conversation is finished, right? So what will the woman most likely do right after? 여자예요, 여러분. 남자 아니고 여자. So here are the choices. 새 컴퓨터를 산다. 새 컴퓨터를 사다. Buy a new computer. 컴퓨터로 강의를 듣는다. With the computer, listen, take a lecture. 강의, lecture란 뜻입니다. 컴퓨터를 켜고 turn on the computer and 기다리다. And wait. 한국 문화에 대해 알아본다. 알아보다도요, 여러분. 아이고, 이거 뭐야? 펜 색깔이 왜 이래? 아, 잘못 썼다. 알아보다가 여러분, 알아보다 has two meanings. It means to recognize, like Oh, I didn't recognize you. You look so different today. That kind of recognize, 알아보다. 그 다음에 it also means to look into, as in doing research. Doing thorough research. So 한국 문화에 대해 알아본다. 에 대해 알아본다. 에 대해, it means about, right? So basically, she will do some research about 한국 문화, Korean culture. 이런 뜻입니다. 그리고 before we take a listen, these are the words that you will hear in the dialogue. 일단 학기 하면 뭐야? 왜 포인터가 표시가 되지? 표시 안 함으로 해야겠다. 학기, semester. It literally means study period. So semester, 강의, lecture, 신청하다, to apply for. 그 다음에 요건 참 재미있는 표현이에요. This is a really interesting, I think, interesting idiom. Literally, skies, stars, 따기. 그러니까 그 따다 하면요, 여러분. 따다 is a verb with multiple meanings. You could say 열매를 따다, like to pick a fruit. Like 체리를 따다, to pick a cherry. And 별 따다 means to pick a star, as in you grab a star and have it. 별 따다 이런 뜻이에요. 맞아요, 키스님. Is that literally picking stars from the sky? That's what it literally means. 그래서 it's like saying it's very hard. Very hard란 뜻이에요. Almost impossible 이란 뜻입니다. It's like reaching for the stars. 그러면 일단은 한번 들어보고 let's take a listen and select what the woman will do right after the conversation.
다음 학기에 무슨 강의를 들을까?
한국 문화라는 강의가 인기가 많다고 들었어. 그래서 그 수업 신청하기가 하늘의 별 따기래.
그래? 그럼 시간이 되면 바로 신청할 수 있도록 준비해야겠네.
나도 지금부터 컴퓨터 앞에 가서 앉아 있으려고.
다시 한번 들어볼게요.
10.
다음 학기에 무슨 강의를 들을까?
한국 문화라는 강의가 인기가 많다고 들었어. 그래서 그 수업 신청하기가 하늘의 별 따기래.
그래? 그럼 시간이 되면 바로 신청할 수 있도록 준비해야겠네.
나도 지금부터 컴퓨터 앞에 가서 앉아 있으려고.
좀 tricky한가요? What do you guys think is the answer? 근데 I think it's both tricky and easy at the same time because what else is she gonna do? 그렇죠. 키스님이 일단 3번. 3번이 맞기는 해요. 3번. 3번이 맞는데 let's check why 3번 is correct. 일단 스크립트 보면서 일단은 여기서는 여자가 먼저 시작했죠, right? 여자 started the conversation, if I remember correctly, and then 남, and then 여, and then 남. 나는 볼게요. 들어봅시다. 다시 들으면서 dictation 해볼게요. 아이고.
다음 학기에 무슨 강의를 들을까?
한국 문화라는 강의가 인기가 많다고 들었어. 그래서 그 수업 신청하기가 하늘의 별 따기래.
그래? 그럼 시간이 되면 바로 신청할 수 있도록 준비해야겠네.
나도 지금부터 컴퓨터 앞에 가서 앉아 있으려고.
한번 여러분 이게 조금 길었죠. Since this was
11번.
quite long, I will play it one more time.
다음 학기에 무슨 강의를 들을까?
한국 문화라는 강의가 인기가 많다고 들었어. 그래서 그 수업 신청하기가 하늘의 별 따기래.
그래? 그럼 시간이 되면 바로 신청할 수 있도록 준비해야겠네.
좋아요. 잘했어요. 오해님 일단 다 맞으셨네요. 일단 여자가 맨 처음에 다음 학기에 라고 했어요. 다음 학기에. 다음 학기에. 그쵸. next semester. 그 다음에 두 번째는 하늘에 별 따기래. 별 따기래라고 했고. 그리고 in the third blank, she said, 그렇죠. 신청할 수 있도록. 신청할 수 있도록이라고 했어요. 일단 breakdown 한번 해볼까요? breakdown. 다음 학기에 next semester에 무슨 강의 들을까? Which lecture should I take? 일단은 강의, 뭐 수업. When you take classes, you basically listen to the classes, right? So the verb that goes with it is 듣다. So 수업을 듣다. 여러분은 지금 수업을 듣고 있어요. You guys are right now. 수업을 듣고 있어요. Right? 수업을 듣다. 그래서 강의도 똑같아요. So which lecture should I like take? Should I listen? 그랬더니 남자가 한국 문화라는 강의가 인기가 많다고 들었어. 라고 했어요. 한국 문화라는 강의. 여러분, 여기서 name이라는 noun. 이렇게 되면요. It means a noun called name이에요. A noun called name. 그래서 남자가 말하는 건 남자 is not talking about Korean culture itself, but he's talking about a lecture that has a name 한국 문화. 그래서 한국 문화라는 강의가 인기가 많다. It's very popular. 하고 들었어. Quotation grammar, right? I hear that that lecture is very popular. So, 그래서 그 수업 신청하기가 하늘의 별 따기래. You can actually, like, if you want to put it in a normal term, you can say 신청하기가 어렵대. Right? 하기가 어렵대. Using the 기가 어렵다 expression. 기가 어렵다. It's hard to do something. It's difficult to do something. Or 기가 엄청 어렵대. It's very hard. But he instead used the idiom 하늘에 별 따기. It's shooting for the stars. Basically, it's literally impossible. 그럼 여러분, 여기 레는 무슨 뜻일까요? What would this 레 mean? 레. What does this ending 레 mean? 그렇죠. 맞아요. 라고 해, or 라고 들었어. 라고 해. People say this, or 라고 들었어. That's what I hear. 음. 좋아요. 그래서 레는 quotation grammar가 맞고 그리고 여자가 그래? Is that so? 그럼 시간이 되면 literally when it becomes time. So when it's time, like when it's time to 이게 그 컨텍스트가 필요해요, 여러분. 혹시 I'm not sure how like applying for lectures in university works in other countries, but in Korea, how it works is that a month before a semester starts, we have this thing called 수강 신청. 수강 신청. So basically, you have to log in to like the school website and you have to compete for like the course, the lecturer, because each lecture has a limit for a number of students that can take this class. 그래서 they have to do this, and they're talking about that sort of competition. So when it's time means when it's 수강 신청 day or when 수강 신청 time approaches 이런 뜻입니다. 아무튼 시간이 되면 when it's time to do 수강 신청, then 바로 신청할 수 있도록 준비해야겠네. Immediately 신청하다. Immediately apply for it. 할 수 있도록. So that I can immediately apply for it. 준비해야겠네. I think I better prepare for it. 일단 도록은요, 여러분. Verb one, 도록. Verb two means you do this verb so that you could verb. And here it's interchangeable with K. I will skip the detailed explanation between of 도록 and K. For now, you can just think of it as so that. So 신청할 수 있도록 so that I can apply immediately when the time comes. I should get prepared. 준비해야겠네. 또 어야겠다. 어야겠어요. 아까 배웠죠? We learned this in number one. I'd better do this. I should do this. 그랬더니 남자도 나도 지금부터 여러분 그러면은 신청할 수 있도록 준비해야겠네. What does this 준비 mean? What 준비 is she talking about? Which is her next action. What 준비? What 준비 should she do to actually successfully apply for that lecturer? To successfully survive in the 수강 신청 competition. 그렇죠. Getting ready to register. 그쵸, 기스님. 그러면 which choice, which action is the closest to getting ready to register? 그렇죠. 3번이에요. 컴퓨터를 켜고 기다린다. You turn on the computer and then wait. 근데 I feel like this one's a bit tricky because for this one, you have to know the cultural context as well. You have to know the 수강 신청 문화 in Korean university. So I feel like this is a bit tricky in that regard. 그쵸? 근데 아무튼 3번이 정답이에요. 3번. 그래서 토픽이 사실 I feel like topic some of the questions in topic not only asks about language if you have understood the language correctly but also the culture. Like I think for some of the questions. 맞아요. 키스님, exactly that. It's like buying a concert ticket. 맞아요. The popular a certain lecture is, the harder it is to actually successfully apply for it. So, 그렇습니다. 신청할 수 있도록 준비해야겠네. 그래서 답이 3번이고, 여러분, 이제 마지막이에요. 마지막. 마지막은 조금 어려워요. 마지막. It's the last one. And well, it's not very difficult, but it's longer. It's the longest one among the 6 questions, and it also has a lot of words, which I think we can go over in advance. 실망하다 하면은 to be disappointed 란 뜻이에요. 기회, opportunity, chance. 승진하다, it means to get promoted at work. 다음에 의욕 means motivation or enthusiasm. 그리고 기운내다 means 기운 하면요. 이게 기운이 좀 energy, strength라는 뜻이 있어요. 그래서 기운내다 means to muster up your energy. So it's like cheering up or gathering strength. 다음에 아무래도 아무래도도 it's a very commonly used colloquial expression, which means like after all things considered, it seems like, and it's used right before sharing your decision or coming to conclusions. 아무래도. 요거는 I actually explained about 아무래도 in more detail in my recent live class of the movie script. Learn Korean with movie script. 그래서 그걸로 확인하셔도 될 것 같고, 아무튼, you can think of it as like a phrase that you use before sharing like a decision or coming to conclusions to indicate that this is what you came up with. You came up with this decision not lightly, but by considering all things. 아무래도. 그리고 과장님은 이제 it's the name of the position in a company. So it refers to like a manager or section chief. 여기서도 여자가 이어서 할 행동을 고르시면 돼요. For number 6 as well, it's about selecting what the woman will do right after the conversation. Is it 내년 계획을 세우다? Next year's plan set. So she sets the next year's plan. Or 과장님께 이야기한다. To tell 과장님, to tell the manager. 아니면 승진 명단을 확인한다. 승진, promotion. 써드릴게요. 어렵지 않게. promotion. 그리고 명하면 이름이에요. 명 means name. 단 means list. 그래서 list of names예요. list of names. names를 확인한다. to check. to check the list of names of people who got promoted. 그 다음에 퇴근 시간 규정을 알아본다. 퇴근 시간 규정 means regulation. 퇴근 시간 규정. So like clocking out time, right? Off work time regulation. 알아보다. 여러분, do you guys remember 알아보다? 알아보다, what it means. We learned this in the choices of the previous question. 그렇죠. To look up, to look into. 맞아요. So to look into the regulation of getting off work time. So what would the woman most likely do after a conversation?
너무 실망하지 마세요. 내년에 또 기회가 있잖아요.
이번에는 꼭 승진할 줄 알았거든요. 이렇게 되고 보니 일할 의욕이 안 생기네요.
그러지 말고 기운 내세요. 차라리 오늘은 좀 일찍 들어가서 쉬는 게 어때요? 과장님께는 제가 말씀드려 놓을게요.
고마워요. 아무래도 그래야 할 것 같아요. 과장님께 얘기 좀 잘해주세요.
One more time, one more time.
12번.
너무 실망하지 마세요. 내년에 또 기회가 있잖아요.
이번에는 꼭 승진할 줄 알았거든요. 이렇게 되고 보니 일할 의욕이 안 생기네요.
그러지 말고 기운 내세요. 차라리 오늘은 좀 일찍 들어가서 쉬는 게 어때요? 과장님께는 제가 말씀드려 놓을게요.
고마워요. 아무래도 그래야 할 것 같아요. 과장님께 얘기 좀 잘해주세요.
맞아요. 여러분 2번 골랐어요. 사실 내용에 비해서 compared to how long the dialogue was, it was, quite easy to select the correct answer, right? Just by hearing the woman talk. 2번 맞아요. 2번. 과장님께 이야기한다. 여자. 그러면 dictation 한번 해볼게요. 스크립트 보면서. Let's listen one more time while looking at the script and filling in the blank.
너무 실망하지 마세요. 내년에 또 기회가 있잖아요.
이번에는 꼭 승진할 줄 알았거든요. 이렇게 되고 보니 일할 의욕이 안 생기네요.
그러지 말고 기운 내세요. 차라리 오늘은 좀 일찍 들어가서 쉬는 게 어때요? 과장님께는 제가 말씀드려 놓을게요.
고마워요. 아무래도 그래야 할 것 같아요. 과장님께 얘기 좀 잘해주세요.
조금 어려웠죠? 근데 그래도 잘해주셨네요. 한 번만 더 들어볼까요, 여러분? 이거는 조금 길었기 때문에 딱 한 번만, just one more time 들어볼게요. 좀 길었어가지고, since it was quite long. 한 번만 더.
12번.
너무 실망하지 마세요. 내년에 또 기회가 있잖아요.
이번에는 꼭 승진할 줄 알았거든요. 이렇게 되고 보니 일할 의욕이 안 생기네요.
그러지 말고 기운 내세요. 차라리 오늘은 좀 일찍 들어가서 쉬는 게 어때요? 과장님께는 제가 말씀드려 놓을게요.
고마워요. 아무래도 그래야 할 것 같아요. 과장님께 얘기 좀 잘해주세요.
여러분, 일단은, what's going on here, guys? What's going on? Why does 남자 sound so down? And what is 여자 doing to cheer him up? 뭐 하고 있는 걸까요? 그렇죠. 맞아요. 오웬님. He didn't get promoted. That's why he sounds quite down. 그렇죠. 그리고 what does 여자 suggest the man do? 여자가 남자에게 어떻게 하라고 했어요? 그쵸, 맞아요. To go home early. To try next year, to try next year라는 말은 안 했는데, 네. 그쵸, 그쵸. To try next year imply she did imply that there's always next year, but right now for the solution that she suggested for now is to go home early, 그렇죠, and take a rest. 그쵸. 일단 보겠습니다. 너무 실망하지 마세요. Don't get too disappointed. 내년에, next year, 또, again, 기회가 있잖아요. There's an opportunity next year, again. 그랬더니, 이번에는, for this time, 꼭 승진하다. 꼭 하면요. definitely란 뜻이 있어요. definitely. Or like must, like without a doubt. So he's like saying, I thought without a doubt I would get promoted. 승진할 줄 알았거든요. 여기서 줄 알았다 grammar가 쓰였어요. 뭐뭐 할 줄 알았다, 할 줄 알았다. 할 줄 알았다 has two meanings. So since 알았다 means knew, it literally means like, oh, I knew it. Like I knew that I was able to see that coming. I knew that would happen. 이런 뜻이 있어요. 좀 sarcastic한 톤이죠. It does have a sarcastic tone. And it also means you thought that something was the case, but it turns out not. 그래서 여기서도 승진할 줄 알았다 means I thought I would get promoted, but it turns out not. 알았거든요. 거든요 ending is always used to provide information that the other person doesn't know, right? So that's the difference between 잖아요 and 거든요. 잖아요 is for the information that the other person already knows, or the fact that the other person already knows, whereas 거든요 is more like FYI. It's more about my personal information that the other person would likely not know. 하거든요. Or it could also be like it doesn't have to be personal. Sorry, it could be any kind of fact that the other person doesn't know. 이렇게 되고 보니, 일할 의욕이 안 생기네요. 이렇게 이제 고 보니도, I feel like this deserves a more, detailed lesson. But just to kind of scratch the surface, 고 보니, you can think of it as, so 보니, and then you share what you realize or discovered after this happened. So it's a realization or discovery made after an action has been completed. So for example, 버스를 타고 보니 I got on the bus and after that I realized 잘못 탔어요. 잘못한 걸 알게 됐어요. I got on the wrong bus. 알게 됐어요. 이런 식으로 쓸 수 있어요. 하고 보니. 그래서 이렇게 되다. Now that it turns out this way, I realize that 일할 의욕이 안 생기네요. I'm discovering that, or I'm realizing, I'm feeling that 일할 의욕이 안 생긴대요. 일단 의욕하면요, 여러분. 의욕이 이제 motivation이란 뜻이 있거든요. 뭔가 의욕, 삶에서 in life, 의욕 I think is very important because it helps you to actually go out there and do something without feeling like down or depressed, right? But here the man said 일할 의욕, motivation to work. Like will to work, enthusiasm to work 안 생긴대요. 의욕이 안 생기네요. 여러분, I'm pretty sure you guys know about the 생기다 verb. This 행 here comes from this Chinese character, which means like something that was not there appears, right? Something that was not there appears. So you can also say it in the context of 친구가 생기다. So 친구 wasn't there before, but now there is. So it means you made friends. 친구가 생겼어요. I made friends. 그렇죠. 타니카님, 관심이 생기다. You didn't have any interest before, but now you do. So 생기다 is like to come about. or appear. 이런 뜻인데, or happen, it could also mean to happen. But when you say 의욕이 안 생기다, it means like you have no motivation. There's no motivation. 이런 뜻입니다. 의욕은 약간 to paraphrase it or to I guess explain it, it's kind of like a will or passion to do something. So normally, like in everyday life, people need some sort of 의욕 to do something. Otherwise, they end up not wanting to do anything. So 의욕 is motivation as in that kind of feeling, like will, passion. So 일할 의욕이 없다. So when you say 일할 의욕이 없다, it means you don't want to work because you lack the will, you lack the willpower or passion to work. So 의욕 is that kind of motivation. Well, 그랬더니 여자가 그러지 말고 don't be like that and 기운 내세요. Cheer up. Don't be like that and cheer up. 차라리, instead 오늘은 좀 일찍 들어가서 for today 좀 일찍 들어가. Just go home early and 쉬다 and take a rest 하는 게 어때요? How about that? 과장님께는 제가 말씀드려 놓을게요. 놓다. We learned this, right? In question number one, to do something in advance. 제가 말씀드려 놓을게요. I will tell the manager in advance about it, that you are going home early. 그랬더니 남자가 고마워요. Thank you. 아무래도, no matter how much I think about it or all things considered, or it seems like this would be the best decision. So 아무래도 그래야 할 것 같아요. I think I should do that. All things considered, or it seemed like I should do that. 과장님께 얘기 좀 잘 해주세요. So it's like saying, tell the manager that I'll be getting off work early in a nice way, in a way that he or she doesn't like misunderstand. 얘기 좀 잘 해주세요. 이런 뜻입니다. 오케이, 끝인가, 그럼? 그리고 차라리 하나 남았는데요. 아까 차라리가 I translated it as instead, right? Instead. 그래서 사실 차라리가 it has two main meanings. In this dialogue, it was used with second meaning, which is for suggesting that an alternative option is more reasonable or acceptable. So this alternative option is more reasonable. So that's why she said 차라리. 근데 차라리's main usage is used when you prefer the lesser of the two bad options. So you are given two options and both are not very desirable. Not very desirable. This one as well. But you still need to choose one of the two. Then here you can say, 차라리 2번. Number two. Let's say this is 2번 and 1번. 차라리 2번을 고를래. You know what? I will just go with number two. And you use 차라리 because both options are bad, but you still need to choose one. 요거는 사실 는이 차라리랑 같이 가는데 차라리 is often paired with this grammar expression 는이 to mean rather than doing this, I would rather choose this. 이렇게 가는데 요것도 제가 다른 maybe like in the Zoom course or in one of my YouTube classes, I will bring this topic on 느니 차라리, because it's also quite a good expression to use. 여러분, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And just like I announced in the community post, I've opened a new Zoom course for low intermediate level to intermediate level learners. And it'll be a course focused on listening. And the course will run for 5 weeks from November 24th to December 22nd. You can find all the details about the course on my website, but I will explain here again. So the classes, each class class will be held once a week over 5 weeks, and it'll be a 2-hour session each time. And all sessions will be recorded so you can access them anytime. And all the related links will be shared through Google Classroom. So Google Classroom will be where we communicate throughout the 5-week course. And there will be 3 types of homework assignment each week. First, a review quiz, and secondly, the writing practice. And also, there will be a listening practice homework where you can work on additional listening questions and practice dictation using the provided audio and script. So earlier this year in March, I did another intermediate level Zoom course for reading, and I'll show you how it works with the assignments from that course. So after class, I upload the review quiz right here through Google Forms. And once you open the file, you can start working on the quiz. Let me just randomly select the answers. And then you can click on submit. And if you check the result, you can not only check the correct answers, but also the explanation for every question and also for the writing practice, guys, writing practice. So let me open the assignment from the first week. So I provide example sentences where you can use all key grammar points that we learned in class, and you can write them. You can write these sentences, translate these sentences in Korean using those expressions. So you can either type your answers on the file as soon as you click the file, or you can also handwrite them and take a photo and attach it on Google Classroom. And after I check it, I will provide some corrections if needed and provide some feedback as well. And for vocabulary, guys, I compile all the vocab and grammar points we learned and make it into a Quizlet set like this. So you can study these words here, such as station, 역, to compare, 비교하다, quietly, 조용히. And not just the words we cover in class, but also from the assignments, listening assignments. So this would really, really help you expand your vocabulary. And as for the course fee, since the demo class upload was a bit delayed, I decided to keep the early bird price of $270 during the registration this time. So it applies to everyone who registers before November 23rd, 8 p.m. So if you're interested in the course, please register by then so I can send you all the related links to class on time. And lastly, guys, if you're wondering about the class size, so for the intermediate course for reading last time, we had 8 students, but it's hard to predict exactly how many students will register this time. But so far, 4 students have signed up, and I don't think it'll go over 8 students this time. So I think you can expect around, I guess, between 5 to 8, somewhere between 5 to 8. So if you're interested, you can check out the link in the description box for more details and registration. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. 안녕히 가세요.